Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the Knife Center. And as you know by now, the Blade Show has been canceled, but we're still celebrating Blade Show Week by hanging out with some of our favorite friends from our favorite knife companies. And today, we've got Seth from WE Knife Company and CIVIVI here, and he's going to show us some new items today. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to be here.
Excellent, excellent. Happy to have you. Thanks for taking part. But yeah, we've got a few things here, mostly some new CIVIVI, but we do have one new WE model that we're going to get to show here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the first one that we got on the table is the new WEmote, one that I'm super excited about. That's the size of this little knife is a beautiful little carry knife. It's one that I'm really excited about to start using as an everyday carry. It's a titanium handle. It's a S35 VN blade. Obviously, the standard beautiful WE action. Really nice, really fun little knife.
It's definitely one, you sent me some photos beforehand before I got this sample in my actual hands. And as I was just glancing through, I didn't look at the specs. So when I opened this up, it definitely was a lot smaller than I expected just by looking at the photos. But it was a pleasant surprise, I must say. Like I really like the size of this as well.
I agree. The blade length on this one is 2.66 inches. The closed length is 3.52, and it weighs just 2 ounces, 2.05 ounces. So yeah, you're right. I thought the same thing, and I don't pay a whole lot of attention to specs until I get samples that show up on my door. And just like you, I was pleasantly surprised at the size of this. It's just going to be an awesome little everyday carry knife.
For sure. And we've got a nice heavy stone washed on the blades that's going to stand up to usage really nicely. The one the titanium frame I have here is sort of a stone washed bronze. I'm assuming in typical WE fashion, there's going to be a few different handle colors available.
Yeah, we've got the bronze like you've got there. We've got the blue like I've got right here. And then we've got it's available in, gray, is it gray or black? Black. Sorry, hard to tell from the picture. I haven't seen it yet, but it's a black one.
So this is almost as new to you as it is to me then.
Oh yeah.
That's a very cool little piece. I like the blade shape. This is an Ostap Hell design. He's been coming out with a fair bit recently, but this one is a little bit of a departure, I think, from some of the stuff he's done in the past. Which I rather like. It's kind of refreshing. But he's still got that little signature, larger, big jimp here at the back, so to speak, that some of his other pieces have carried. So that's a nice little bit of a carry through from those other designs. I really like this piece too.
Yeah, you mentioned that jimping, and I really like how it extends farther out on the blade of this smaller blade. You can get your thumb out there and really get some good grip on there. It's really nice.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, that's the Mote. What do we have from CIVIVI now?
So CIVIVI has been coming out with a lot of new knives, a lot of exciting stuff. The first one that we're going to talk about is the Odium. And the Odium is going to be hitting dealers in the next couple of weeks here. You guys are probably going to have these in stock ready to sell really soon. So the Odium, it's very similar in size to the Mote that we just looked at. And in similar CIVIVI fashion, they use extremely high quality craftsmanship. This is a ferrum forged design. It's like you mentioned, as customary to CIVIVI. Several different color options are going to be available. We're going to have it in gray, orange, blue, black, gray. What else do we have?
Well, I've got the Jade G10 version here in my hands, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I sent you that one because I liked it the best. It's a really, really cool looking color on there, color scheme. But again, I've actually been carrying this one around for a little while. I've had this sample a little bit longer, and this one has been a fantastic carry knife as well. Again, it's just that similar size as the Mote. We've got a blade length of 2.65 inches. A closed length of 3.54 and weighing in at 2.5 ounces with the G10 handle scales. Nice flipper action. It's a really fun, really nice little knife to carry as well.
Well, it's essentially a scaled down version of the WE knife Malice, basically the bigger version, just scaled down to an even more little pocket friendly size.
Yeah, absolutely. The MSRP on this is 62. You're going to find it around $52 at the MAP price. Very affordable little knife. And like you said, like the Malice, it's got that really nice blade shape to it, which I really like. So just so useful for all different kinds of everyday tasks.
And you've got all sort of what I like to refer to as the CIVIVI greatest hits. You've got a liner lock, ball bearing pivot, so the flipping action's really good, G10, deep carry pocket clip. And I love that you've got a little bit of contouring to these handles too. Like they're not just little slab-sided things. They really nestle into the fingers quite nicely.
Yeah, it's one of the things that set CIVIVI apart, I think, from a lot of other manufacturers. The attention to that detail that they get. They don't cut corners. Everything fits perfectly. Very, very comfortable in the hand. Very nice fit and finish.
Very nice. Very nice. Now this next one it kind of omits one of those CIVIVI's greatest hits in terms of the ball bearings, because you've got a slip joint here next, right?
Yeah, this has been a fun little project. This one started out with WE and CIVIVI saying, "Hey, we want to do a little something for our fans. They've been so supportive, and we appreciate them so much. And so they wanted to make something that was super affordable and to be able to try to get it out into everybody's hands. So we made this design, and it didn't have a name, and so we had the fans go through a naming contest. And so the name, the CIVIVI Fracture, actually came from the fans. The Fracture is a slip joint knife.
But yet it looks nothing like a slip joint knife, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It's a kind of a modern take on it. It's available in a couple of different blade styles. You got the trailing point and a Tonto blade. Which one did I send you?
It looks like I've got a drop point profile here.
Okay, I've got a Tonto right here.
Oh, very cool.
So this little knife right here is a one-time production run. It's not going to be produced anymore after this run, and it's going to have a MAP price of $28.
Wow!
So you're gonna see this is the least expensive CIVIVI that has ever been made. It still maintains the quality of the rest of the line, but it's something that we did special for the fans.
So that's really cool. I like the couple of different blade shapes, and I like the fact that there's a Tonto and a slip joint, not something you see very often at all. And yeah, we're looking at a stainless steel for this blade rather than the typical D2.
Right. This is the 8CR14 MOV steel. It's a G10 handle. Like you mentioned, no bearings or anything in this one. Just a slip joint action. It's got again a deep carry clip on there, and this little knife, it's already sold out from the factory. Like I mentioned, it's a one-time run, so the knives are on the way to dealers. Hitting mid-August is when we expect to start seeing them, and I expect this to be a little bit of a collector's item. As cheap as it is, and being a one-time release, I feel like people are going to snatch it up and just hang on to these, and it's going to be kind of one of those events like, oh, did you get one of the fractures? You know, and there's going to be a bunch of people out there that are bummed that didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great price for it. I say, like, the walk and talk is pretty good. Not the snappiest in the world, but certainly on the better side of things. You can still one hand open it. I fumbled it there a little bit,
Yep.
But it's still one hand opens very easily. It's like a flipper, but a flipper form factor, but you're getting it with that classic slip joint. You've got a finger guard there, the pocket clip. That's pretty cool.
It's going to be a fun one. Again, that's going to be available in the two different blade styles. In both of the blade styles, it'll be available in green, gray, orange, blue, and black.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, it's a very cool design, but the next one we've got here on the table is sort of a polar opposite, I would say. Why don't you tell us about that? I know what we're looking at. The viewer doesn't yet, so I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, this one, that's a good description. A polar opposite of that fracture. So let's just hold the fracture up here, and then let's hold up the next guy here. We've got the CIVIVI Bullmastiff, which is a really big, really nice cleaver. And we've got, most people are probably already familiar with the mini Bullmastiff. Oh, I missed it there. And then, so here we're looking at the two together, and you can kind of get an idea for how big the Bullmastiff is. The handle isn't that much bigger, but the blade, or the yeah, you get a lot of blade there.
It's definitely an aggressive cutter for sure. And on the subject of that handle, even folks with larger hands, I think, are going to have plenty of length here to get a nice full grip, especially if someone wants to use this as a work knife, somebody on a construction site, you've got a big, broad blade like that. And even wearing a nice heavy set of gloves, you've got plenty to grab onto there.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a knife that's built to be used. It's a 9CR18 MOV steel. The overall length of this, when opened, is 9.05 inches. The blade is 3.85 inches, and we've got G10 handles, deep carry clips, all the standard CIVIVI features.
Yep, all the greatest hits.
Yeah.
And there's something about these larger blades, the momentum they carry when you do flip them, just makes them very satisfying when they smack open.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. It's kind of like it's like a little present every time it flips open, because it's so big. You feel like it's like not going to make it, and then it just satisfyingly just snaps right open.
Yeah, you feel like it's not going to make it, but it's inertia, man. It's not stopping.
Yeah, exactly. We've got one product that I can tell you about that nobody has probably seen yet is another version that's very, very similar to the Bullmastiff and the Mini Bullmastiff that will be coming out as well soon. So we've got a couple of cleavers that are on the way, slightly different blade variation. So keep an eye out for that. I haven't seen any samples yet, but that'll be something that we would have announced at the Blade Show.
But not quite ready.
Not quite ready.
Well, one of the other cool things that I've seen people already doing it to the Mini Bullmastiff, but the full size gives you even more options, is folks who like to do blade modifications. You've got a big blank canvas out here to do all kinds of crazy stuff with if you want to do something crazy. You're going to void your warranty, of course, but you've got that option there.
Yeah, you do. And we've got a beautiful new Damascus blade coming out for the Mini Bullmastiff soon. That's really, really nice looking. And like you mentioned, there's so much blade there. You've just got that huge Damascus pattern on there that just looks really nice. So these have been really fun knives, both the Mini Bullmastiff and the Bullmastiff. I really like these knives. The
one last thing I like about this knife, if you don't want to flipper it open, you've got this nice big fuller on each side of the blade, which actually can work as a thumb opener if you slide it open like that, which is, that's always just a little fun too.
Yeah, all the knives, they've all got their own unique ways to open and different little ways that you can fidget with them. And it's fun to have little characteristics like that to just kind of play with them.
Very nice, very nice. All right, these next couple knives we're going to show you. If you're a regular viewer of this KnifeCenter YouTube channel, you may have seen already, but there's things that are essentially brand new. They just hit our site in the last couple of weeks, so I still think they're still really hot. So if you're not a regular viewer of our channel, if you're just coming to this Blade Show Week coverage as a newer viewer, I wanted you guys to see these things as well.
All right, so we're going to hit the next one is our new utility knife called the Mandate. This thing, when this one showed up, this was another one that I was just pleasantly surprised. When I opened up the package and I pulled this thing out, I was just super stoked about it. It's a titanium handle, sliding utility blade, multiple positions, and a little bottle opener there just for good measure.
Replaceable blades. That's our criteria for a multi-tool. If it's got a bottle opener, it's official. It's a multi-tool.
Yeah, yep, multi-tool for sure. It's got what's the word?
Replaceable.
Replaceable. That's it. I kept thinking reusable. No, replaceable blades. It's going to come with 3 blades, so it will have 2 standard blades and 1 Damascus blade that looks just awesome in these things. Pretty unique for a utility knife. I don't know that I've seen a Damascus utility blade before.
Well, and I think the reason, what I like about these is they're replaceable blades, but not so much disposable. It's not the way that I've been thinking about them, because this is a pretty good steel. This is your 9CR stainless, I believe, on the utility blade itself, which should give folks similar performance to something like 440C. And they're a bit thicker than your standard utility blade, so they can stand up to work. So it's not so much that once these get dull, you take them out and throw it away. It's when you're in the middle of something, you can take these out, pop a new blade in, and then once you're not in the thick of things, once you're done with the job, you can take them all home and sharpen them back up, and they'll be ready for the next job.
Yeah, absolutely. We are selling additional replaceable blades, so you can actually buy a little 3-pack of blades to go along with these. We'll want to use them as more disposable rather than sharpening them back up, but they definitely do have the ability to be sharpened back up to that nice factory edge. It's a flat grind. It's a very durable blade, stonewashed finish, and again, just a super high quality, really nice feeling utility blade.
It's kind of the best box cutter you never knew you needed.
Yeah, I was just using it today to open up a bunch of these sample boxes actually, and I like it because just like any utility blade, you can stick out that blade just a little tiny bit and dig into boxes without cutting into the product that's inside or whatever. But really fun little knife.
Very cool. Very cool.
So next item. CIVIVI is really fun. They're always producing little odds and ends that are kind of surprising and fun. This one is a really cool little titanium carabiner. The one that I've got right here is the flamed titanium version, and I think I sent you a gray one.
Yep, got it right here.
Yeah, just a super lightweight, 0.3 ounces. Nice little action on your flipper tab there. What do you call that thing? I don't know, your carabiner.
The carabiner gate there, yeah.
Gate, there it is. And guess what? This is a multi-tool as well.
It's official, folks.
See that? You see that bottle opener on there?
Bottle opener and a little flathead screwdriver there too, yeah.
And a flathead screwdriver. Yep.
What's interesting? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like to see these things because CIVIVI makes them with their typical high quality fit and finish standards. It's just a really nice. All of the angles are just perfected, and it's a fun little high end clip to stick on your backpack or whatever it is that you're going to use it for.
What I like about it is, especially on the more affordable end of things, you can sometimes I worry about like the springs on small carabiners. But I like the way you guys have done it here. You've essentially got the gate has 2 different points of contact where it anchors in to the rest of it. And as you flex it, that's what's actually providing the spring tension there. So there's not really any spring to break or have to worry about with this design.
Right. Awesome little design. It'll make a nice addition to your keychain or your backpack.
For sure. Very nice.
MSRP on this one's $31. You'll find a map pricing at about $27.
Very, very affordable for what you're getting there. It's not your, it's not something you're going to pick up from the gas station bin next to the register, but it's going to be a little bit nicer than those for sure.
No, it's completely different than those little guys that you see for a few bucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then we've got one more here, which is kind of fast becoming one of my favorite CIVIVIs. In this newest format, especially.
I agree. This one that we got, which I don't have in front of me, I sent you my only sample, was another pleasant surprise to me. Opening it up and taking a look at it and feeling the weight of it and the quality was just awesome. This is the Dogma in a new version. We have it coming out in both copper and brass.
I loved these as soon as I saw it. It was a number of weeks ago. I think we showed off the original versions of the Dogma on our channel here that came with a D2 blade and some various G10 handle colors. And they were cool. I liked them. I liked that they have that classic jigging pattern kind of lifted from old school knives. But I liked them. But as soon as I saw this, I was actually really excited about it. Like this elevated that design in particular to something really special, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. That was the same reaction that I had with the original Dogma, and then this one. I pulled this one out and I went, dang, this is one that I want to have in my pocket, and I want to pull it out where a lot of people are looking,
Yeah.
because it's a really nice looking knife. It's D2 as well, hollow grind blade and black stonewash blade. Again, it's brass, and also a copper version are available. And again, just a really nice looking gentleman's carry knife.
Absolutely. You've got, I love the way it all worked out. That jigging gets you a little bit of texture, and because of the way the brass was completely essentially acid etched or something to darken it, and then polished back, so you still see the black in the bottom valleys of the jigging, but you get those bright accents, and all the corners of the scales are a little brighter. You get that sheen. Just very cool overall.
Yeah, absolutely. This one is the same sizes, same spec as the original Dogma. Overall length of 7.7 inches, blade length of 3.46. Very usable blade, very nice shape. Everything, that knife is just a really usable, functional, good knife.
Very awesome. All right, Seth, I've got one more question for you before we wrap up here. It's something I've been asking everybody this week. For the folks out there who may not have tried a knife from WE or CIVIVI yet, what makes you guys special, and why should someone pick up their first WE or CIVIVI?
Oh, man, there's so many things that make this company special. And I should let everybody know that I'm brand new to the company. I started working with WE and CIVIVI in April, and it has been so enlightening to me to get to know this company, the people behind the company, and the product that they're making. You can't find a more genuine group of people, and they are so genuine and so concerned about the customer and the product like I've never seen in a company before. So they're concerned about making sure that they always build quality. They're going to consistently provide that quality in everything that they do. The fit and finish of their knives is similar to what you would see on knives that are much more expensive. The thing that I keep hearing over and over again on our forums, on our social media, is that they're punching way above their weight. They continue to provide product that is higher quality than you should expect from these price points. So same thing with WE and CIVIVI. Value, overall value can't be beat. The people behind the company are genuine. They're concerned about the industry, the health of the industry, and making sure that they continuously pump out good product. It's going to surprise you. That's why you should pick one up. It's going to surprise you, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Sounds good. All right, everyone, thanks for sticking around for our coverage of WE, Knife, and CIVIVI this week during our Blade Show Week celebration. Make sure to let us know what you thought of these knives down in the comments, and we will leave links in the description. It'll take you over to KnifeCenter.com, where you can see all the latest from both of these cool brands. Seth, thank you so much for taking part of this, and I hope we get a chance to meet face-to-face sometime soon.
I'm sure we will, man. I'm super bummed that we don't get to do this at the show. Was looking forward to meeting you, the other dealers, and all the fans, but we'll be there soon enough.
The other dealers, but mostly us, I'm sure.
Mostly KnifeCenter.
Mostly KnifeCenter. All right, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Keep watching for this channel for more of our great Blade Show Week celebration. Thanks so much.